Roommates from hell. Before we get into the story, if you could do me a huge favor, guys, and like and subscribe, let's get into it. I will never forget the summer of 2002. I was starting to become an LPN, and that's the summer that I met James. My commute to school and back would have been over an hour and a half, but there was a massive apartment complex right across the street from the school, so it seemed like a really good fit. Now, these apartments were nice, real nice, so I figured for the 2 years that I'd be in the program, I'd lease an apartment. So after about a week in the program, I met James. James' commute was over 2 hours back and forth to school. So I figured that'd be cool, and I asked him if he would like to, share an apartment with me. He eagerly accepted, said he'd split everything with me half. Now I had a new roommate.
It's like, this dude about to be my roommate next year. We getting a crib. We
Yes,
from
sir. Yes, sir.
UTA. We from UTA in Arlington. We finna get a crib.
So James moved in. He was quiet, kept to himself, relatively clean, a bit cocky at times, often referring to himself as a
hoe.
Thank God he wasn't the partying type. He lived over 2 hours away, so he didn't have many friends, wasn't a gamer, didn't seem to have many hobbies. Come to think of it, I only saw James when we were at school or if he was sleeping. Other than that, James always seemed to be gone. Fast forward 6 months, and I really had only one complaint by the end of the semester. James never paid me any money. I mean, not a lick. I was at my wits' end with James. I mean, the only thing he seemed to care about was risen girls and maybe school. So I thought. Alright guys, quick break. If you're enjoying this video, please hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Alright, let's get back to it. So I gave our boy James an ultimatum. Told him he could either pay his fair share of the bills or kick rocks. Here's the text I sent him. James wasn't too happy about that, but I told him he could either pay his fair share or there's a place for him at the
Motel 6, baby. Okay.
We smoothed everything out. James agreed that he would pay his fair share and everything else that he owed me for the last 6 months. He said first he had to go back to Cahokia, visit family and friends, but he'd pay me back when he got back in town. And that was the last time I saw James. He never came back to the apartment, left all his belongings there, and pretty much ditched school altogether. I wondered what happened to James. Had he just totally dished out on me like that? About 3 months later, I found out what really happened. You see, James was a sexual predator. He had spent 2 years in jail prior to meeting me, and when I met him, he had only been out of his ankle monitor for about 30 days. He had been going out every night and praying until he found victims. He sexually assaulted 2 underage girls, robbed and sexually assaulted an adult female, and that was his gig. Going out preying on people. Young women, actually. He had his day in court, was sentenced to 60 years in prison, so he won't get out until the age of 85. I'll never forget the summer that I met the most diabolical, predatorial animal named James Joseph.